This is President Trump. Smash the like button if you've been impressed by big ass Bronson Reed over the last couple of months.
So, what are my thoughts about big ass Bronson Reed joining the Bloodline at War Games? People think this don't make sense, but I'm like, bruh, he looks Samoan, right? He looks Samoan and he looks Tongan, so it does make sense for him to join the Bloodline, and it does make sense for Seth Freaky Rollins to join Roman Reigns at War Games to fight off against the real, new, and improved Bloodline, because he is in a feud with big ass Bronson Reed. That dynamic between Seth and Roman, that's going to draw eyes. For the first time ever, Rollins, Roman will be at War Games at the same time on the same team. That's going to be a great moment for the fans to see Seth Freaky Rollins and Roman Reigns on the same team once again. For the last time, I predicted that Sami Zayn was going to reunite with the OG Bloodline. I made a video about that, about maybe 6 months ago. I said that after WrestleMania, after he beat Gunther, I said that Sami Zayn was going to reunite with the Bloodline. I got proof, I got video evidence. You don't. That is the main difference. You did not see that coming. Why? Sami Zayn was on Raw. So how would he reunite with the goddamn Bloodline if he's on Raw? But I shot my shot. I said he's going to reunite with the OG Bloodline at War Games of this year. I said that 6 months ago. So, the choice of big ass Bronson Reed, is that a good choice? Yes. Listen, if we are trying to make new stars, this makes sense. Do you want to see new rising stars or don't you? It don't need Rocky Maivia, but I will say this. I wouldn't mind seeing Rocky Maivia at War Games. But listen, we are trying to build up new stars. That's what Triple H is trying to do. This is a showcase for Bronson Reed. Okay, this match will put Bronson Reed on the map. We've never seen Roman and big ass Bronson Reed in the same ring until tonight on SmackDown. This puts over Bronson Reed. Triple H loves him some Bronson Reed, dating back to NXT. When he was in NXT, Triple H loved big ass Bronson Reed. In fact, he was a North American champion. So Triple H does love Bronson Reed. Hence why he brought him back. Now, I will say this. It was a great thing that big ass Bronson Reed got fired. He's one of those rare stories like Cody Rhodes that when you leave, come back being better. That's what big ass Bronson Reed did. He left, he went to New Japan, Perfect Wrestling, TNA, etc. And he came back new and improved. But it's crazy. He was a free agent. He said that he wanted to go to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling, but Tony Khan Man did not sign him. Now look at him. He's about to main event Survivor Series War Games. And guess what? He was free. Tony Khan Man could have signed big ass Bronson Reed. I love what Triple H is doing with big ass Bronson Reed. Braun Strowman, he put him over. Seth Freaky Rollins, he put him over. And now Roman Reigns put over big ass Bronson Reed. Now, do I think big ass Bronson Reed is a member of the new and improved Bloodline? No, I just think this is a one-off. You can't put him in the Bloodline, and here's why. He's too similar to Solo and Jacob Fatu. So you can't make him a full-fledged member of the Bloodline based on he's too similar. So this is a one-off. Oh yeah, by the way, listen man, y'all gotta chill out. You fans are just weird. It's like you don't know about business. And here's why. Who the fuck is Zilla Fatu? Who is Zilla Fatu? I can't believe you marks thought that he was going to be at War Games. Nobody knows who the fuck he is. Are you crazy? This is the World Wrestling Federation. They are not sloppy. That is something that all elite wrestling would do. They would bring in a guy that nobody knows, but you will make a big deal out of him with no fanfare. Nobody knows who Zilla Fatu is. So why would he be at War Games? Like, huh? Bro, he's on the indies. He is not Jacob Fatu. At least Jacob had a name that was built up for the past 5-6 years. Nobody knows who Zilla Fatu is. I'm like, huh? Bruh, he's going to NXT. If he signs with the World Wrestling Federation, he will not be at War Games. He is not Jacob Fatu. That's crazy. Now, I heard that Tama Tonga has a brother that signed with the World Wrestling Federation. Now, he should go to NXT. I don't get it. I would not call him up. Nobody knows who he is. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. That's sloppy. Bro, you can't just sign every guy who's related to the Fatus and Tongans and put them on SmackDown and push them. That is the definition of nepotism. So why would Tama Tonga, his brother, be on SmackDown? Why? Nobody knows him. That makes no sense. Nobody knows Zella Fatu. These are indie guys. What the fuck? You can't bring in these indie guys and put them on big national stages on TV already. You can't do that. They should go to NXT. It's not that serious to put them in the Bloodline saga. I'm a huge fan of big ass Bronson Reed. I'm talking about the Bronson Reed that returned to the World Wrestling Federation under Triple H. I'm not talking about the one that was fired. The one that was fired, he was boring. Good Lord, man. You don't realize how boring and cheesy the old big ass Bronson Reed was when he was in the black and gold NXT. He was cheesy, corny, boring. He was awful. I will say this, him being fired, that was the best thing to ever happen to him, because he came back new and improved as a new man, as a badass. I think big ass Bronson Reed has been an unsung hero on Raw, because he is the most entertaining on Raw next to dirty ass Dominic. Every time he beats up Seth, or he goes on a rampage, or he does 20 tsunamis, the crowd loves big ass Bronson Reed. Every time he does 20 tsunamis on some random ass dude. That's what I mean by he is the most entertaining guy on Raw next to dirty ass Dominic. Thanks to Seth freaking Rollins. Everything that Seth has done for big ass Bronson Reed, him and Braun Strowman, they put big ass Bronson Reed on the map as the real deal. He looks like a upper tier mid-card guy. He needs to be on SmackDown challenging Cody Rhodes for the world title. I think that will be a great matchup. That will be a great feud for Cody Rhodes for the next couple of months after Kevin Owens. I think big ass Bronson Reed is a top 10 guy on the main roster as we speak. He has that kind of upside. It makes all the sense in the world now for Seth Rollins to join the OG Bloodline at War Games, because big ass Bronson Reed is on team new and improved Bloodline. So that makes sense. There's this talk going around about Sami Zayn that is pissing me off. Why do people think he's going to turn on the OG Bloodline? That makes no fucking sense. It's not going to happen, okay? He's facing Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, okay? You people make fake pro wrestling look like it's hard to figure out. It's not hard to figure out. My God, Sami Zayn is not going to cross the Bloodline. He's not going to turn on Jey Uso. He's not going to turn on the OG Bloodline. I'm going to repeat. Sami Zayn is not going to turn heel on the OG Bloodline. It's not going to happen. He's facing Kevin Owens at next year's WrestleMania. Triple H likes Sami Zayn as a babyface. Okay? Now, where does this leave Rocky Maivia? I think Rocky Maivia is going to face Cody Rhodes at next year's WrestleMania. And I think that Rocky Maivia is going to win next year's Royal Rumble. But it might be a triple threat match with Cody Rhodes, Roman, and Rocky Maivia. I think that's going to be the main event in Las Vegas. Oh yeah, let's talk about Shinsuke Nakamura. I thought you people said he was going to be released. I thought you said Shinsuke was going to be fired by Triple H. I'm like, why? Shinsuke Nakamura was his biggest signing in NXT. So why would Triple H release Shinsuke Nakamura? That makes no sense. He loves Shinsuke. Listen, Shinsuke was on vacation. Listen, Shinsuke Nakamura, he's too valuable in that mid-card to be released. So I knew Triple H was not going to fire Shinsuke. But I do hope that Shinsuke Nakamura beats LA Cosplay for the US belt, because he is the worst US champion of all time. He's awful. I can't believe that Logan Paul was forced to drop the US belt to LA Cosplay. He has done nothing with that championship. Hell, there's fans that wanted Carmelo Hayes to beat LA Cosplay for that U.S. Championship. But now, Carmelo has to go to the back of the line now. But to get back on Sami Zayn, listen, it's obvious. Him and Kevin Owens are going to face off at next year's WrestleMania. Because if Kevin Owens turned on Cody Rhodes for teaming up with Roman, just imagine when Kevin Owens finds out and he realizes that Sami Zayn has teamed up with the OG Bloodline. Kevin Owens is going to snap and he's going to blow a gasket when he realizes that Sami Zayn betrayed him by teaming up with Roman, Jay, and Jimmy. I think that Sami Zayn teaming up with the OG Bloodline, that is a huge betrayal of his best friend, Kevin Owens. For the past 2 years, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, they have been battling the OG Bloodline. And now, 2 years later, Sami Zayn, he reunites with the OG Bloodline, the same group that has been terrorizing Kevin Owens for the past 4 years. He is going to snap on Sami Zayn. So no, Sami Zayn will not turn on the Bloodline. You never know. We might see Seth Freaky Rollins wearing Shield gear for nostalgia for the fans at War Games. So what do I think about the Usos teaming up once again? I think this will be a one-off because Jay is a goddamn star now. He is a single star. Don't let Jimmy bring him down. Let Jimmy get over on his own. For example, Matt Hardy was a goddamn star when he was Matt Hardy version 1. That was my all-time favorite gimmick of Matt Hardy. That gimmick, man, he was ahead of his own time. That was a great gimmick. That was before social media. So yes, he was ahead of his time. But so far, Jimmy has nothing. Ever since the Usos have broken up, Jimmy has no character, no gimmick. He has nothing. He is only known for being the sidekick of Roman Reigns. Jay has been a star ever since for the past 2 years. So let Jimmy find his own gimmick. Let Jimmy find his own character. Because right now, man, it seems like Jay is Jeff Hardy and Jimmy, he's Matt Hardy. But at least Matt had a gimmick. Matt Hardy had multiple gimmicks for the past 15 years. So let Jimmy find his own character. Don't reunite the Usos back together. This should be a one-off. Because if you reunite the Usos on a permanent basis, you are devaluing Jay and you are stunting the growth of Jimmy as a character. That means that he ain't shit without Jay. But Jay has been successful without Jimmy. So yes, let Jimmy find his own character. Let Jimmy find his own success without Roman, without Jay. I think Jimmy has upside. He just needs to find his own gimmick just like Jay did. He needs to find his own way, and I think Jimmy can have success just like Jay. And I'm done.